got something to say.
All right, y'all. Again, big shout out to Brett, man, Gary. All y'all, thank y'all, man. I don't even know how to start, but I just want to encourage somebody this morning, man. Let everybody know God is still good.
Yes, He is.
God is still in the blessing business. God is still on the throne, and God don't make no mistakes. And I'm not a pastor. You know, you understand? But I want to encourage somebody this morning that's going through what me and Brett going through. Again, Brett's grandmother's sister, who she was close to, Aunt, what's the name, Brett?
Aunt Betty.
Aunt Betty passed away in Chicago. We were on the phone yesterday. You know, we both sitting up here going through what we going through. You know, my Uncle Blue passed away. That's my mama's brother. My mama was all excited last week. Hey, got him eating, and he had stage 4 stomach cancer. And, you know, so I want to tell everybody, I want to use this moment, Gary, as a moment to be encouraged. You know, all of the stuff that we go through, Brad, man, sometimes God let us go through stuff and to see how we gonna handle it.
Yeah, but sometimes it just be like, my goodness.
Yeah.
How much you think I can take? I can't take all this sometimes.
But that's why I want to tell you this morning. That's why that word is so powerful, because you know your grandmama always told you He ain't gonna put more on you than you can bear.
Yes, she did.
And don't nobody know you, but God know every strand of hair on your body. And I promise you, He ain't gonna put more on you than you can bear, because as you get older, you're gonna see more deaths, and you're gonna see births and weddings and graduations all rolled up into one. And sure enough, what everybody need to understand, we are just in the cycle of life. This is how it go. Do you realize that your grandparents had grandparents, and their grandparents had grandparents, and they all went through this? And I'm telling y'all, man, what don't kill you only make you stronger. It's called resistance. When you go in that weight room, it's hard to work out. It's hard to lift those weights and whatever. But when you come out of that weight room, man, you're stronger, and your body is toned. And so you are built for this. That's why I want to encourage everybody, man. You find you a good, awesome young pastor, man, and go to Bible study, and you go sit up in there, man, and you get that word in you, man, because when you don't know what's going, you know why I don't get nervous when the plane's shaking, Gary?
Why? When
we up in the sky, when there's turbulence, I sit there and I cross my legs or whatever. You know why? Because I know what's going on in the cockpit.
Yeah.
If you don't know what's going on in the cockpit, then when the plane starts to shake, then you're going to get nervous. And that's what I'm telling y'all, man. That's why that word is so important, because knowledge is power. And when you have knowledge, you get a better understanding of everything that's happening around you. Now, mind you, I've had 7 deaths. 7 deaths. Granddaddy, Auntie Teresa, Uncle Blue, Uncle Thomas, my niece Paris, you know, a nephew. I'm talking about and some friends and close friends surrounded. And it's just what it is. And either we gonna get depressed and cry all day or whatever, or either you're going to look out of the window that I'm trying to give you to look out of and know that these people are just in the cycle of life just like we are, because we're going to go too. Sure enough, you're going to do 3 things: pay taxes, stay black, and die, or pay taxes, stay white, and die, or whatever race you are. But I want you to understand, stay in that word where you can have a complete understanding of what's going on, where you won't fall into a state of depression and you won't put yourself through extra stuff. You understand? We went to Calhoun Funeral Home in Cleveland where I see my Uncle Thomas. And this is really important, because you got to understand it ain't just about you. And man, I thought it was all about us. And we in that room, man, with my Uncle Thomas laying there looking peaceful. And we come out of that room, and there's other families sitting out there on the couch with clothes, with bags of clothes in their hand, bringing the clothes up to the funeral home for their loved ones. And then you forget about yourself, and you start looking at these people, and you start feeling sorry and feeling bad for them, and you done forgot about your own problem. And me being Rickey Smiley, I went over and shook everybody's hand and offered my condolences, even went into the chapel next door to be with that family. They knew who I was or whatever, and to be with that family, said, well, I'm going to be in Cleveland in a few weeks at the Wolstein Center. I'm going to give all y'all tickets. So since we all went through this grief together, maybe we can all come to the Mike Epps show, and we can all be together that night. It's all about how you handle situations, man, when God, when you go through stuff, and how you man up or woman up and say, hey, man, let's take this opportunity to get an understanding of this And also, let's see how we can comfort somebody else while we going through stuff ourselves. Go in your closet and cry. Lay in your bed and cry. Get up out of that bed and out of the closet. Get yourself together. Sit in your car and cry and go through and get it out. But when you step out of that car, man, you be ready to fight for somebody else because everybody can't handle it. Some people will fall into a state of depression. Allow God to use you to bless somebody else and be an encouragement for somebody else, even during your time of grief. And if you can step up and do all of that right there, then God is definitely going to give you double for your trouble. But you have to understand that knowledge is power. Be a blessing to somebody else. Go through your situation, man, like a soldier, but come out of it and be there for somebody else because God will reward you in a huge way. Because it's only a test, y'all. Everybody that's Greek, you understand this. It's only a test. It's a pledge process. And you go through this stuff, man, and it's just a cycle of life, and you understand this, and it hurt, it make you cry, it make you feel depressed, like what is going on? Find some things to make yourself happy, and go out there and serve others, and keep doing God's work, and be encouraged today. As we get ready to lay my uncle to rest, or whatever, I'm getting choked up right now just talking about it because it's sad, and we're gonna miss our loved one. Both of us, me and you, Brett, we got to do a funeral this week, a homegoing celebration. So, hey, it's life. It's all in the contract. If all of this was ordained when we was born, you are not cursed. God ain't mad at you. Ain't nothing wrong with your family. Your family is not cursed. Some of these deaths is just simply pure coincidences. So let's be strong. Just like the Q's said when you online, suck it up. Get yourself together and be an encouragement for somebody else because God will give you double for your trouble. And it's only a test. And He's going to bless you if you stand up and you handle this thing and take this little punch in the chest. Because if you can't handle this, you ain't even ready for the next level. So I hope I encourage somebody today with this word, and everything that I go through, I'm trying to find a way to use it and flip it and trying to find some kind of way to give God the glory for it. Gary T is up next. It is Monday. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.